Guys, you know what time it is. I gotta get you ready for the month ahead. So we're gonna be going over the 10 best sneakers dropping in July. Now, July's not looking too bad. I gotta be honest, there is some real gems in there. So let's kick this off with number 10, the Jordan 3 WNBA collab. So these are gonna be dropping July 19th for $200. And as you can see, this is aptly named the Desert Camo colorway. Personally, I would have liked something with maybe a little bit more of a darker color of camo. But I mean, hey, for what they did with the camo, at least it's relatively different. Now, it is an official collaboration with the WNBA, and as of right now, I'm not entirely sure if they're going to come in full, regular, extended sizing. My guess is yes, because I'm sure there's got to be a fair amount of WNBA players that would need extended sizing. Nevertheless, I think it's a solid pair of threes, even though I would have preferred if we got those freaking Jordan 4 Ps. Those things looked phenomenal. Coming in at number 9, a pair of shoes that I thought just wouldn't release, although they just completely forgot about us, but it's the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Supersonic. These are loaded up to the Nike sneakers app for July the 9th, although I know you guys out in the US have already had your release quite a while ago, but it's always one of those pairs that I've looked at and really wanted to grab, just never wanted to pay resale prices, especially importing from the US. I'm glad I waited though, because this is a phenomenal colorway. Obviously, just based on the looks of it, it's super wearable, like an easy, sail in black color. However, when you turn the lights off, this thing lights up. It's just glow in the dark in this really cool blue color, so it's just nice that it has a little bit something extra. Coming in at number 8, we got the Jordan 1 First in Flight. So these are going to be dropping July the 10th. I believe they've already loaded up to the Nike sneakers app, and honestly, it's a solid colorway. Not gonna lie, these would be the ones I would grab out of quite a few previous Jordan 1 releases that we've seen recently. Now, the caveat to this sneaker is that it is just women's sizing, so yeah, if you're over like, I don't know, what, a men's 10.5, you can't get anything. Either way, clearly this pair of shoes takes a lot of inspiration from like the UNCs or like the Obsidian Jordan 1, and those are typically very popular sneakers, so I wouldn't be surprised if a decent amount of people are after these. And number 7, we're getting an absolute classic back with the Nike Air Max Sunder. So this is the original Canyon Gold colorway. As we know, we're going to get a ton of different ones further down the line this year, but this is the kind of original colorway that dropped back in 1999. Now, these are going to be dropping on July the 11th. From what I can tell, these are going to be pretty hyped up. Not just Nike is doing the rounds with a ton of marketing into the reissue of this sneaker, but there's a good amount of people, both OGs that remember this pair of shoes and new people that just want to try out this cool looking silhouette. I'm definitely after it. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to go for this colorway. I might end up grabbing like the black one, or that Volt green one looks super cool. Nevertheless, it's a model that I definitely want to try out. I just think it kind of looks a nice little mixture of like a retro but futuristic shoe. Now, they're going to retail for $180, and honestly, I would not be surprised if they keep this one relatively limited, and then some of the other colorways are easier to get. That's a tactic that we've seen from Nike over and over again. Coming in at number 6, the Nike and Union collaboration on the Field General model. I believe there's 3 different colorways of this sneaker. There's like a light pinkish type salmon color, there's the black and blue one, and then there's a very pale colorway, almost white. Now, Union has already released these through their website. However, the main global release through the Nike sneakers app and a bunch of different retailers is happening in July. We don't know the exact date just yet. Now, as far as the sneaker model goes, obviously it's a very kind of current design with the hype of like Sambas and smaller silhouettes with retro designs. I think these do fit in pretty well. These are obviously just a lot more in terms of like what's going on. There's a ton of different materials and colors. So that is definitely something that Union typically brings to the table. I honestly don't mind the look of them. I think I'm gonna have to try them out and see how they look on foot before I'm sold on them completely. Coming in at number 5, another very current design that has actually been incredibly hyped up. It's the Bad Bunny Adidas San Juan. So to be more specific, this is the Gazelle silhouette that has been pretty heavily modified by Bad Bunny, which I think is a strong move for any collaboration. It's nice for them to go in there and actually change some things up. So the entire shape of these things has now changed. It's a lot more puffy. It's got a weird kind of little bit of a changed toe box. You also get an extra insole to add to the comfort, and it's not a bad colorway. Now, I will say that this one has already dropped on June the 23rd at different select places. However, the Adidas Confirmed app has not released them yet, at least here in the EU and the UK. So I would expect a release at some point later down the line in July. There's also a black and white colorway, which is also supposed to drop. It might have released again through some different retailers, but the main release I think is still going to happen in July. Coming in at number 4, we actually got 2 sneakers, the brand new Adidas AE1 Low and the Mid Cut. Both of them have the mixture effect. They're also both going to be dropping on July the 20th. I, for one, really want to check out this low cut one. I think that's going to be very popular. I think the colorways in general are going to be popular, and pretty much every single colorway previously of the AE1 has completely sold out. So for a lot of people, it's going to be the first time trying out this model, which I do highly recommend. It's incredibly good looking, comfortable with full-length boost, and it only retails at $110, so also very affordable. Couple honorable mentions before we hop into that top 3. First one is the Stussy LD1000 sneaker collab. This one's actually pretty crazy because they're bringing back the LD1000 sneaker, which has like a ton of history, like originally released back in 1977. It also has a pretty controversial history where basically it was snapping runners' knees and stuff like that. Either way, they're doing a Stussy collaboration, which is dropping on July the 19th. Another honorable mention would be to keep your eyes out on the Adidas app because there's a ton of Yeezys that are continually being discounted. Last week, we just got a massive amount of new Yeezys put in stock. It seems like they're just doing random waves of discounting a ton of really solid options. Everything seems to be 50% off. You can grab some steals now or wait till we get some more stuff, which will probably happen throughout the month of July. That's about it for honorable mentions, unless you want the Kobe slides that Adidas is dropping on July the 1st. Nope. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Well, let's move to top 3. Taking the number 3rd spot, we got the Nigel Sylvester collaboration on the brand new Jordan 4 RM. So apparently there's 2 different colorways. There's an all-over kind of black and gray one, and then there's the all-over green one, which is inspired by Nigel Sylvester's grandma's driveway. Now, both should be dropping on July the 20th. I've seen some places say that it's July the 3rd. However, that's too close, so I would imagine July the 20th sounds like the most likely release date. Not only is this a Nigel Sylvester collaboration, already making it a pretty big deal and super hyped up, but it's also a brand new Jordan model, which does look pretty damn interesting. Could be hit or miss. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks like it's a lot more puffier and cushioned, made for different things like obviously BMXing or skateboarding. So it could be a more comfortable, lower profile option that could prove to be a solid pair, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, I'm definitely after to try it out. Taking the number 2 spot, we got the Jordan 4 Special Edition Paris. These are going to be dropping July the 27th. If you haven't seen my review yet, click over there. You can find out all about the different little details on it. But overall, it is a solid pair of shoes that unfortunately will retail at a higher $225. But I will say, for that price tag, at least you're getting a pretty special shoe with a ton of new details that we haven't seen before, special packaging, and all over the colorway looks really solid. But coming in at number 1, we've got the Ma Maniere Jordan 3, and we're supposed to be getting 2 different colorways. So both of them should be dropping on July the 18th. We've got the all-over black and burgundy colorway, and then we've got basically the opposite, white and burgundy. Now, the weird thing about this one is that we've seen a bunch of different images of the black pair. We've even seen what the special box looks like. However, with the white one, I don't think we've even seen an actual image of the shoes just yet. We've seen plenty of mock-ups of what it's supposed to look like, but at least I haven't seen it. So that means that the white one might be a lot more limited, potentially like friends and family exclusive or something like that. But hopefully they do actually drop both of them, because I would like to see a lighter colorway that has that burgundy accent, same as the black one. Because it's an Ma Maniere collaboration, these are not only going to be insanely hyped, but they will retail for a lot more at $250. Honestly, they look insane quality. I like both of the colorways, and I would be very lucky if I did manage to grab them, but we can only just cross our fingers. But there you have it, guys. Let me know what sneaker you're trying to grab in the month of July, and if you want to check out another video, click that one right over there.